Hi everybody, hope everyone is doing wonderful. And I have my In-N-Out bag as right here. So yeah, I get them protein style, of course, hamburger protein style. So I literally just parked on the side of the road because I felt led to just share something right now. And this is regarding to if someone drains you, what do you do? How do you get back up? You know, basically, how do you cut this person out of your life if you know they're draining you? And what do you do after they're gone? I have never seen a video that explains exactly what I just said, and I'm going to give you step-by-step what to do and how to know if you should cut someone off, but also what to do if someone is draining you right now actively. So, yeah, I just want to give you guys a preface. So I have had so many people in my life, whether it be family members, whether it be, friends, boyfriends, you name it, I had it, business partners, potential business partners. I mean, I've had so many people in my life that I felt like were clinging on to me and they wanted to suck the energy and the life out of me. And I'm making this video because I want you guys to know that you're not alone and that it's normal for people to suck the life out of you, especially if you're a good, kind, sweet, nurturing person. And I'm definitely a person that, I love to take care of people. I'm a nurturer, I'm a caregiver, and it's just so crazy because when I think back at the times where I didn't know better, I didn't know how to protect, my heart and guard my heart and guard my energy, I literally had to, sit with God, sit with myself and be like, you know what? Do I really want to go through with this? Do I really deserve this? And is what they're saying what I believe about myself? And how do I get out of this? So I want to give you guys step by step, how you can know if someone's, being toxic and how to get out of it and what to do and heal from it after. Because I've been through this time and time again. So if you sense that someone is degrading you, being demeaning towards you, hurting you, or making you feel less than, that's a number one indicator. If you feel that in your soul, that person is not going to last, or they need to apologize and completely change their ways. Because if they don't, you don't deserve that. So that's one way that you can tell if someone's draining your energy, and just toxic for you in general and your path with God. Another indicator can be, how do you feel? Do you feel like you have a huge aching headache? Do you feel like your heart literally is going to burst out of its chest? Do you feel like your heart literally hurts? Are you having constant anxiety in your chest? Like, these are things that you need to be aware of internally in your physical body, because your body will tell you when something's wrong. Your body will tell you when a person's not good for you or when you should break up with somebody. My body has done this many times, and I'm truly grateful because I call that my intuition, and that is my conscience. So, how you feel mentally and emotionally always transfers and manifests into the physical. So it's crucial for you to be aware of it. Be aware of how you feel, be aware of what is making you feel this way, and getting rid of it. And really just, if it's a person, just confronting the person, be like, hey, you're making me feel this way. So another indicator can be, are you overthinking? Are you thinking negatively, but you weren't before you met this person? Or are you all of a sudden feeling confused about who you are, or about your life, or about where you're going, or your goals, or you're accomplishing? Or are you feeling like you're kind of changing all of your ways just because of this one person, and you don't feel good, you don't feel peace about it? That's another indicator that this person's trying to suck the life out of you, and it's literally demons inside of them that are doing this. So this is what you do now that you've identified it, that this person is not meant for you. They're sucking the life out of you. You can't sleep at night, you can't function, you can't focus on your day-to-day tasks. So this is what you need to do. You need to confront the person, and you need to be like, hey, you're making me feel this way. And that doesn't have to be in a straight text and say, hey, you're making me feel this way. Have another conversation with them. Yes, I encourage you to. Have another conversation. Sense how you feel. During the conversation, how are you feeling? Are you feeling worse? Are you feeling heavier? Or are you feeling lighter? are you feeling better? You know, if you're feeling better, obviously that's probably you just having a bad day the other day with them. But if you feel the same way after you have, I would say even 2 to 3 conversations with them, that person's got to go. Like, now you know, like you didn't just feel this way one day. You feel this a couple days in a row or a couple times in a row talking to them. So now that you realize, okay, like I'm feeling this again with them once again, it's been a couple times, 2 or 3 times already. Now you got to admit it. Say something to them. Say, hey, you're making me feel uneasy. I feel all this tension. And see what they say after that. See if they apologize, because you're giving them a ticket to apologize and to change their ways. If they don't apologize, if they don't change their ways, if they don't say, I am so sorry, if they don't act like they've offended you and they don't admit that they've done wrong, you need to cut them off, because this is probably a narcissist. This is probably someone who's literally a psychopath. And I don't say that lightly, because psychopaths, they play games with you. I've encountered many. And narcissists, I know that word can be overused in today's culture, but trust me, there's walking narcissists in the corporate world. There's walking narcissists in the freaking, on the streets. There's walking narcissists in politics, okay? So there's people that are elite and they're freaking walking narcissists. They have all these demons inside of them, and they literally want to suck the life out of you because you're so pure, because you're so kind. And I'm making this video so that you don't make the same mistakes that I have, so you don't fall for their tricks, so you don't fall for their manipulation, and so that you're not taken advantage of, okay? So long story short, I'm so passionate about this. I'm like not breathing. Take a breath. So long story short, what you need to do now that you've realized this person's not good for you, they're very toxic for you. I'm not even going to eat this. I thought I was going to have a little mukbang. No, this is too serious. I don't want to disrupt the flow of what I'm saying. So praise God. Thank you, Lord. So what you need to do now, confront the person. If they don't have a good reaction to that, if they simply ignore it, that's also a bad sign. If they just ignore it, start talking about something else, they know they're guilty. Even if they don't admit it, they know it. I'm sure they've heard this many, many times with other girls, with other guys, with other colleagues, with other family members. They don't want to change. If they don't comment on it, they don't want to change. Or they think you're wrong, they're right. There could be many reactions, but if they basically don't admit to it, or if they ignore it, that's the red flag that you need to go. So end the conversation gracefully whenever it ends. Whenever you feel like it's too much, just say, hey, like I gotta go, like, thank you for your time and talking, just like be kind, be civil. You don't have to overdo it, because obviously like you're trying to get off the phone for a reason, but just be civil, like, be yourself, get off the phone. And well, I would say if you really feel like this person's not meant for you, straight up block them. Okay. I think blocking's good. Some people you gotta block. Okay. Or if you're this type of person that doesn't like to block or ghost, send them a text, say, hey, I think you're too aggressive for me. You're too rough. I can't do it. I'm sorry, but no, don't say sorry, because you're not sorry. Say, I can't take your personality. It's too much for me. It's too, it's negative, and I don't want that in my life. Whatever you want to say it, and then just leave, And then this is how you heal after that. Because maybe this person isn't just a random person that you just met. You only had 2 conversations. Maybe this person, you've been in a relationship with them. You've been in a relationship with them for years. Maybe you're just now coming to terms that they're not good for you. Okay. If this is one of those scenarios, okay, especially family member, this is what you got to do. You got to lay boundaries with family members. Say, hey, like, if you're on the phone or if you're in person, say, hey, I got to go. I got a couple things to do. I'd love to talk with you, but I got things to do. They're going to get the point. Or if you're on the phone, say, hey, like, I'm so sorry, but I got to go. Like, I have, some things to do. It wasn't really nice talking to you, or you can straight up say, I'm overwhelmed right now. Like, this conversation is overwhelming me. I have to get off the phone. I love you. Bye. Okay. That's if it's a family member. But if it's someone that you're breaking up with and you've been together for years or months or for a while, this is what you need to do. You need to be like, hey, I have put up and put up and put up. I finally came to terms with I'm not the bad person. I'm not in the wrong. You made me feel like I am. But look, I can't stand for this. I respect and love myself so much that I'm not going to go through with this, and I pray for you and I love you so much. But, this is just a lot. Like, I can't even function every day. I can't focus on my goals. I don't even know who I am anymore. I need space. I need, whatever you need to say, break space, or say, like, I think we need to stop talking for now. Just say what you need to say. And if you're afraid to say break it off forever, because if this person's really suicidal or really crazy, just say I need space for now. Okay. Because some people are crazy, and if they know, and if they have cognitive awareness that you are going to break it off forever, they will go more insane. So just, play it cool, let them down easy and gently, and okay? Because I've grown up with narcissists, I've grown up with abusive family members, and I just want you to know, like, you're not alone, and you can get through this, and you can get out of that situation. It's going to be tough. You got to let them down easy sometimes, and sometimes you could easily block somebody. It just depends on the situation that you're in, but just know that I'm here for you, and that I care, and that I know exactly what you're going through. And these are the tips that I did, and these are the ways that I did and went through with to get out of my situation. Now, I'm leaving out a big part of what really got me out. Every time I sensed the moment before I confronted this person, the moment before I had the last conversation, and the moment before I blocked a person or set the boundaries, I prayed to God. This is what you need to do, conjoined with everything I just said. I prayed to God, and I said, God, reveal to me, make it crystal clear if this person is supposed to remain in my life in this season. If they're not, Lord, take them out. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do in my emotions, okay? Do what you got to do in their emotions. Let us both know, not just me, let us both know that we're not supposed to be in each other's life right now. And make it clear as day to both of us, not just me, but both of us. And sometimes God will make it clear to you first, and then that will make it clear to them, okay? So sometimes it takes a step of courage from your part to make the first step, and then that person will know and follow. Sometimes that person will end things first. I've had moments where that person would ghost me after I prayed that prayer. I've had moments where it was easier than I thought. I'd had moments where I would ghost them first, or send the message, I can't do this first, or we had a conversation, we both came to an agreement. It's always going to end differently, but trust me, you're never going to regret respecting yourself and putting your health first. You're never going to regret loving yourself first. You're never going to regret getting out of a dangerous, abusive situation. And I promise you that. I don't care how much you love this person. I don't care how much time you've invested in this person. And I don't care if this person's a family member. Okay? Because even family members can sometimes be the most toxic. Okay? Because they know how to trigger you. They've known you since you were little, and you guys have the same trauma. Because trauma translates spiritually from family member to family member. So the same demons are trying to tempt you to do the same stuff that your ancestors did. Okay, that's why family, it's really tough, really tricky, but boundaries are key. Sometimes boundaries look like talking to them for 10 minutes at a time. Sometimes boundaries looks like talking to them once a month. Sometimes boundaries looks like never talking to them again. And this is a very hard decision to make, but trust me, a weight will feel like it's lifted once you made this decision, and peace will fill your heart. And ask God for direction. I encourage everybody all the time. Ask God of the universe. Since he's everywhere all at once, he's all around you, and he cares about you, and he knows you more than anyone else does. Ask God what you should do. Always ask God for direction first. Once you do that, do everything else I said in this video. And that is how you can get out of a toxic relationship that is draining and sapping your energy. Okay? I love you guys so much. And just know you're not alone. God bless you. Please like, comment, subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Love you so much. Mwah. Bye.